Hi everyone, I'm Katie de Jong at Whispering Heart Coaching, and today's short video is especially for those of you who are currently looking for work and can't find anything that remotely suits what you want. Perhaps you've been stuck in the job seeking process for a while and are feeling really disheartened and dejected, or perhaps you're stuck in a job that you really don't enjoy and you're actively job seeking on the side to try to find something better. If you're in any of those situations, then I know that you will know firsthand how soul-destroying and confidence zapping the job-seeking process can be. And so I really hope that today's information is going to help you get out of that spot and really start to proactively design a life that you really want. In the past couple of weeks, I've been reading a book by Dave Evans and Bill Burnett, and it's called Designing Your Life, Build a Life That Works for You. And it's got some really interesting and helpful design, what they call life design principles in there, which I want to share with you today, because I've intuitively been using these principles myself and with the people I coach, and this book really helped me get some structure and a framework around that, and to help me really confirm for myself that this process really works, and it helps you move from a place of being desperate and needy into a position of being open-minded, curious, eager, and empowered. And that's the place we need to be if we're actively looking for jobs. That's the kind of vibe that comes across as attractive and appealing to people that we're in the fields that we're looking to work. It's really hard when we get down in that funky spot of feeling dejected and low self-esteem and really not good about life. So this information, I hope, will pull you out of that and help you on your path. Now, the first thing, I learned a really staggering statistic that I want to share with you, and that is that only 1 in 5 job vacancies are actually advertised on the internet. That means that 80% of the jobs that are out there are not advertised as a vacancy anywhere. And so where are the other 4 out of 5 jobs? As it turns out, they're what Burnett and Evans describe as the hidden job market. And they are jobs that are only available to people who are already connected into the fields. And you know what it's like when you're working in an organization and a vacancy comes up, a job comes up that needs filling. The first port of call we go to is to look in the people around us and their contacts and their networks to figure out if there's anyone that we know with the skills that we need to fit that position, and we try to fill it that way. It's not until we get desperate and can't find anyone to fill that position that we end up putting it out there on the open job market. So that's why 4 out of 5 jobs are not out there on the internet for you to find and apply for, and which is why it's so disheartening going through the whole job seeking process. Quite often we troll the internet for a vacancy, we find one that matches vaguely what we want, we submit an application, and then we sometimes never even hear a response. And to avoid that whole process, we need to get connected into the hidden job market. Now, the way to do that is the only way is through the big N word, networking. But I know before this conjures up images for you of sleazy, cold calling people with a business card to ask them if they can help you. It's not that kind of networking. It's a process that can really help you network organically, authentically, and from a place of real empowerment. And the process is called life design interviews. What you do is you get really clear on the field that you want to work in. It's not about applying for what's out there. It's about you deciding what you really want to do. And I know that's quite a tricky concept in itself. And that's the last few videos I've put together have been all about that. They've been about find your calling, find the thing that really lights you up and energizes you and makes you want to get out of bed in the morning. You can click the link for my free ebook under this video today if you need help in finding what you really want. But so once you get clear on the exact field that you want to work in, then you go about a process of conducting what Burnett and Evans call a life design interview. That means that you actively seek out people who are already in the field that you want to work in, and you invite them to have a conversation with you. You're not asking them for work, and you may need to make that really clear up front. You say to them, look, I'm really actively trying to figure out if this is a field that I want to work in, and so would you mind if I bought you a coffee and pick your brain about what it's actually like to work in this field, what are the pluses and minuses, and I really just want to figure out if this is something for me. When you move out of the stance of being desperate and needy and into a stance of open-mindedness, curiosity, and you're seeking a story from that person, it really changes the way they respond to you. And most people love to talk about themselves and will find the time to have a coffee with you and explain to you what the job is like. There are two benefits to this process. Firstly, you get to meet someone on the inside and make an authentic connection with them. Secondly, you're building information and insight and knowledge, and you're figuring out if this actually is something you would want to do. So it's all nice when we come up with an idea about our dream career, but is it actually like that on the inside? So through these life design interviews, you're figuring out, is it actually what you think it is? Is it that you think it's promising to be? And you're making connections. Now, the beautiful thing about this process is you start building up a network of people who are already on the inside. And what you'll end up finding is that people will then keep you in mind for opportunities as they come up. They cite an example of one of the guys that they worked with, and his name was Kurt. And in the job seeking process, he had previously gone on the internet and applied for 38 different jobs. He heard back with a rejection from 8 companies and didn't hear from the other 30. When he went through this life design process, he ended up going out and interviewing 56 different people. I know it sounds like a lot, but once you get into the process, apparently it's quite addictive, as I can imagine. In the end of these 56 interviews, he established a really good network, and he ended up with 7 amazing job offers that he could pick and choose from. So it took him from a situation of being disempowered, needy, desperate, dejected, disheartened, into a position of being empowered and with a great network of people who thought of him and ended up, because of his attitude, and his skills that he'd been discussing with them, they ended up offering him amazing positions. So that's how the life design interview process can change and get you out of the funk of being rejected and disheartened and feeling really bad and, bummed out about life and yourself, into a position of being powerful, in demand, and building a great network of people, as well as gathering insight about what the kind of work is that you'd really, really want to do, and whether your dream career that you've thought of is actually the dream career you're hoping for. So please, if you find that helpful, I really hope it helps you get on the way to building a career you love. And my philosophy at Whispering Heart Coaching is all about not fighting for the scraps of what's available out there, but getting really clear on what do you want and building it and creating it and helping you find the proactive steps to build your way into your own future that you love, rather than waiting for it to happen to us. So I really hope that was helpful. You can click on the link below if you're stuck on finding what you want to do with your career. And please also go to my latest blog post where I describe this process of life design interviews for you at katiedeong.com/blog. Lovely to be here with you today, and I really hope this information has helped you, and I look forward to being in touch again soon. Thanks, bye-bye.